All right, now y'all how did we get on this? We was talking about World Heavyweight. Hear me out. I'm talking storylines. I'm saying male soap opera, right? So we got the look of the championship. Now we're talking about the tournament. Now, in my opinion, I don't even remember who was in the tournament, but I'm going to just outright tell you guys, putting that championship on Seth Rollins was the wrong decision. It was the wrong decision, right? I'm going to get into it, but Rey Mysterio, Edge, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, etc. should have won. Why do you say that? In my opinion, the way it was, because you had Bobby. I don't know what you want to do with Bobby. I'm hoping that they're gearing up for Bobby the Almighty to dethrone Roman. I hope you don't throw Bobby at Roman like you did Drew McIntyre, like you did Brock Lesnar. You can't do that. Bobby is already primed to dethrone Roman, right? But it may be a little far-fetched to some of you sheep out there, but we just gonna leave that alone, right? Don't throw him to Roman if you know Roman isn't about to lose, right? Don't do that, WWE, right? That's one of your monsters. You know that's your monster. You know Brock is your monster. You know Bobby's your monster. You know top tier. You don't want to obliterate. You don't want to destroy all of your monsters. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't build Drew up to Claymore Brock face-off to win his first WWE title, and now a year later, 3 years later, whatever the case may be, you have him lose to Roman Reigns. And I got all the respect for Drew. I hope he don't go anywhere. Drew held it down during the pandemic as well. Shout out to Drew. But we'll get into the Bobby Lashley, the Drews, the Roman. We'll get into that in a whole nother Twin Talk episode, right? But to stay on topic, Rey and Edge, in my opinion, should have been AJ and Seth Rollins, because Edge brought us Judgment Day. I know a lot of people didn't like it when he was in Judgment Day. They didn't like it when Finn Balor joined, and they didn't like it. Like to this day, they probably don't like I love it. I'm a heel guy. I'm a heel type of guy. You understand? Like I was faced when I was growing up. Yay, John Cena. Yay, whatever. You know. But as a man who knows the product and know what's going on, I'm a heel. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say Bobby Lashley, I'm talking hurt business. You understand what I'm saying? Versus bloodline. That should have been happened, and he should have been got dethroned. But again, I'm gonna say this again. WWE, do not throw Bobby Lashley to Roman Reigns unless the title is going to leave Roman Reigns' hands. You understand what I'm saying? You can't afford to kill that monster. I'm telling you right now, you can't. You understand what I'm saying? But it should have been Rey Mysterio versus Edge, because Edge created Judgment Day. Rey Mysterio has LWO, and they doing a tremendous job on how they just transitioning. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about the Zelina Vega situation, which I like her with them, right? But I don't know how I feel about that. But Escobar, that's my boy. I rocks with Escobar, right? Rey Mysterio wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Now you have Finn Balor and or Damian Priest beefing with Rey Mysterio. And guess what? Rey lose to Finn Balor or Damian Priest. You know how much of a push that is? You know how much for Rey Mysterio to lose to Damian Priest, which Damian Priest is not bad. I said a while ago when he had the pink hair, he was with Bad Bunny. I said, yo, he did this. I said it on Twitter. Hopefully I can find the tweet. I said, yo, he needs to be a bad guy. This good guy shit ain't gonna work. Soon as he got with Judgment Day, say goodnight. What is that? The choke slam from hell? I don't know what the name of his finisher is, but he did. That's the future right there. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine if Rey Mysterio was to put Damian Priest over. Now we got Damian Priest as the World Heavyweight Champion. I believe it. I believe it. Now let's look at the other side. We have Edge. Edge win the World Heavyweight Championship, which, mind you, both of these legends have held the big gold. Now you have Edge win it. Now down the line, you have him beef with Finn Balor and or Damian Priest. He created the Judgment Day. Now he puts Finn Balor over Because Finn Balor definitely deserves to be world heavyweight champion. He definitely deserves to be a top champion. Like Finn Balor, like when he started talking, like his microphone, it tickled me a bit because I didn't think he was a leprechaun. Like the way, you know, like I didn't think he spoke not Irish, but the way his face does not match the voice. You get what I'm saying? It's like the guy in Grown Ups, like when the MILFs was sitting by the pool and it was like, oh, and then he got out and he was talking, he was like, Andy, scratch your tone, like it does not match. My point is, the World Heavyweight Championship, bro, you would have had such a pop, let alone if Randy Orton was to come back. I don't know about his injury. If Big E was to come back. You understand what I'm saying? Hell, if AJ would have won it, I believe AJ, if you dealing with AJ and you dealing with Seth, AJ should have won it. Now, if you still here and you still listening to me, you still watching me, yo, why not Seth? Because Seth Rollins, his story is already written. Pete, because I know they probably do this anyway, but it's too late. He's a coward. Seth Rollins took the coward way out. Seth Rollins easily is the man to dethrone Roman Reigns. After he dethroned Roman Reigns, what's the storyline y'all see? Because Roman gonna disappear. He could have some bullshit storyline with Jimmy and Jay, you know, little bullshit fillers. But the main storyline would be who? Cody Rhodes. He has yet to beat Cody Rhodes. But if Seth Rollins dethroned Roman Reigns, which he should have, this is what should have happened. So Seth Rollins still gets a title. I'm not saying he don't deserve a top title. I'm saying it was already prime. He already stabbed Roman in the back years ago. You understand? I'm gonna touch up on that later on too. But not that, but that action. Why not have him dethrone Roman? No matter how long it take. Now I see something they saying 10 years or some shit. Like Roman, if y'all ain't no way. You understand what I'm saying? I'm hoping that sometime this year he lose those titles, or even next year. I hope it's this year. But whenever. Seth could have waited. He could have waited. You understand what I'm saying? Let alone he could have won the World Heavyweight Championship but not been the first to win it. You understand what I'm saying? Because your story is dethroning Roman. And I can say the same thing about Cody Rhodes as well, right? But your story is that. So now when you and Cody go through this storyline, like the storyline that Cody has with Brock right now, which it'll be much better because you and Cody had a tremendous match. The match of the year at WrestleMania. You understand what I'm saying? The chemistry is unmatched. You have not won against Cody Rhodes. So now when you are the undisputed Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, because you dethroned Roman, now you done got Miz out the way, or you done got Jey Uso out the way, or Jimmy Uso out the way, Solo, whoever. Now Cody come knocking on the door. It's going to be epic. A 3-month storyline epic. You feel me? Might lead us into WrestleMania, right? The WrestleMania rematch. You get what I'm saying? Seth weasel his way out and still managed to keep his championship, but then finally at WrestleMania, Cody finally gets his title. You get what I'm saying? That it was there, but instead we wanted instant gratification. Not we, because we is too many people. You guys, y'all wanted instant gratification. No, put it on Seth. Why? Look what's happened now. Seth literally the night after, or the next time we seen him, the person that he fought for the World Heavyweight championship title, he teamed with him in a tag team. Why? Because they have no storyline where they want to take this with Seth. That's why I said anyone could have won it. Hell, you could have put it. Let me stop myself. You could have had Chad Gable in that tournament. He deserved it. You could have had R-Truth in that tournament. He deserves it. You could have had Otis in that tournament. He deserves it. You could have had LA Knight, even though it's too early for LA Knight. He deserves it. Why is Theory in that tournament? You understand? Why is Theory in that tournament? You understand what you could have had Shelton Benjamin in that tournament? Shelton Benjamin definitely deserves it. You could have put it on Shelton Benjamin. Like, sometimes WWE, you gotta fuck the world up. And not in the way of Roman beating Cody. No. The same way he beat everybody, right? Which I'm all for the heel aspect and cheating and all that, but like every time, if you would have put that championship on somebody like a Shelton Benjamin and elevate him to, because he's a real wrestler, but elevate that man to, for the sake of the company. And it's like, because the Hurt Business, see, I came back to that. Oh no, anytime Bobby was champion, suited up. Oh, I got a suit on. Even when he was the United States champion. You understand? You want those bosses, you want these legends, you want these wrestlers, these performers to carry that mystique of a champion. And I believe Shelton, because Cedric was in Hurt Business, but Shelton Benjamin would have delivered that for you. He could have even had something going on with the Hurt Business, started it back up with MVP. We could have had that going on. You understand what I'm saying? And now you give shots to the Chad Gables versus Shelton Benjamin. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. Like, yo, who wants to see that? Like, bro, you can make it where people want to see it. You have Drew McIntyre, you have Brock Lesnar, you have Roman Reigns, and you have Seth Rollins. Sometimes you may have Miz. Then you have AJ Styles. Sometimes Kevin Owens, if I didn't mention Kevin Owens. The same people get the championship every time. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is, WWE messed up big time with this whole World Heavyweight Championship by putting it on Seth. That's my only. You put it on Seth too early. It's a participation trophy. It's a constellation prize because it's on Seth. Anybody else, I'm not looking at it like that. Anybody else, they may be looking at it like that, because if you put it on AJ, now AJ can bring up the OC. I've never been a fan of Luke Gallows and his partner. I've never been like really a fan. Like, they're not bad. I'm just saying, like, I see him as another Kane and Undertaker. Like, bro, you better. I know you're a little older, but you gotta get a little better. You know what I mean? You gotta pop. Like, Damian Priest is doing a hell of a job, and I hope he continue to get better. Right? They say, yo, how did he get a title shot or whatever it was after he lost to Bad Bunny? Do you not know it's scripted? He put Bad Bunny over like a motherfucker. Bad Bunny did a hell of a job. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when I say put over, it's two different goddamn meanings. When I say put over with Ray putting Finn Balor over, I'm talking, that's a legend. That's a Hall of Famer. Going to be a two-time Hall of Famer. And you put Finn Balor over? No, Finn Balor's going to have a hell of a title reign. You understand what I'm saying? He had to relinquish the first Universal title. Or if Edge put over Damian Priest, you know how much of a look that is? Never mind that. Otis with the championship, because I said not years ago, but maybe months ago, right? Maybe years ago, probably a year and some months ago, right? Otis is a superstar that y'all have yet to tap into. That's a walking legend, and y'all have yet to tap into Otis. Chad Gable impressed me a few weeks ago, when he hit that, I forget what it's called, that, let's just say that German off the turnbuckle. Let's just say he hit that rolling German on Braun Strowman. The boy's talented. He's short. He's talented. Like, what are we doing with those type of talents? Instead, we want to put it on Seth Rollins because you think the crowd wants that, and you heard them singing the song, and I believe you add an audio to it, because I look at the crowd and I don't see them singing a song. You see some people, but you don't see enough people to get that audio. I don't believe it. Just like Monday, it was manufactured sound. You're not telling me it wasn't. My point is, Seth Rollins should have dethroned Roman. That's what you should have had him set up. And even if Roman is not getting dethroned until next January, right? Next January, okay. Don't have Seth win the World Heavyweight Championship. Put eyes on someone else. You could have had Miz win it. I'm not mad at Miz winning it. Let Miz win that. So now with the new contestants like the JD McDonald's and Dexter Lumis, he still got his little thing going on with Miz. You could put Dexter Lumis over. I'm not saying Dexter win the championship. Hell no. It's too early. I'm saying you bringing these newer superstars that the world do not know, because I only know a little bit about Georgie Gargano and Dexter, but you putting them in that light. So now we know more than a Randy Orton, or more than a Seth Rollins, or more than a Bobby Lashley. We know these superstars, but either or. AJ Styles came back, and what I don't understand is AJ Styles came back and he automatically gets a title shot, right? It just let me know that y'all automatically was going to put it on Seth Rollins, which I believe wholeheartedly it was a bad mistake. It was a bad mistake, because at the end of the day, let me put it here, because I'm not even going to try to stay on this too long, because I want to get to NXT and I want to go ahead and wrap this up for you guys, right? I even seen a post where AJ was supposedly quitting. Mind you, this was like a couple of days before the tournament started, right? But there's a lot of lies when it comes to WWE and its going ons, right? And I'm not saying WWE lie. I'm talking about the news. You may see somebody talking about this and talking about that. If you ever heard anything come from me, especially if I'm stating it as fact, I'm going to source whatever it is that I'm talking about, and I'm going to show you the proof of what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be one of those ones, AJ was supposed to quit and all this, or he's rumored to quit. Like, no, we not about to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if it's factual that, because I seen something about Drew McIntyre supposed to have been, like, bro, he's supposed to have been leaving. That was, like, what are we talking about? Why would AJ leave and why would Drew leave? I'm talking to WWE. Why would you allow them to leave? These are two legends. You understand what I'm saying? Because Drew, when he dropped the title, Drew went down and he was a workhorse on SmackDown. The sword, he held it down for the mid card. But let's not act like Drew ain't that. Don't act like Drew is not that. And another thing about the world title before we finish up here. When you think world heavyweight champion, do you see Seth Rollins? I don't. When I think world heavyweight champion, I'm seeing Brock Lesnar. I was hoping Brock Lesnar would have came out, but they started the show. The Night of Champions, it was Seth Rollins and AJ. They started the show. I was disappointed because I was hoping that Brock Lesnar hit a Brock Lesnar. He already beat Cody. So now, at the end of the night, when Seth Rollins is going against AJ, he would come out as the third participant and he would be the world heavyweight. You would have had a better reaction and a better pop with that, although he did lose to Roman. But again, this goes back to what I was talking about, the WWE universe. You know that Brock put Roman over because Roman has the contract, he's not gonna lose. So if Brock agreed to the match, Brock ain't doing nothing but putting that man over. Brock is putting a lot of people over. You understand what I'm saying? Exempt Bobby Lashley, but Cody, he's putting Cody over. Even though I'm not saying Cody need that, I'm saying Cody's gonna come out on top with this Brock Lesnar situation. So now we got Cody, the modern day John Cena. I don't know if y'all realize that yet. That's what he's primed for that. That's why everybody was so disappointed that he lost against Roman Reigns. You understand what I'm saying? But Brock is putting a lot of people over. Bobby Lashley has put a lot of people over. Whether Bobby won or not, this is what you're not understanding. He put a lot of people. That Bronson Reed kid, that Bronson Reed, he's gonna be a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Theory, he's going to be a problem. We could talk about Theory another time, because like I didn't like how Vince shoved him in our face, but once Vince got his hand up off of him, Theory relinquished the Money in the Bank contract and he started over. So I got a lot of respect for what Theory's doing now, and I love that he's a heel, and I that's the future. You understand what I'm saying? But with that, you got to look at Bobby. We seen him, and we seen more of Theory's character, hiding like a little bitch. We seen these things in a match with Bobby Lashley. So you got to give Bobby his credit. You got to give Drew McIntyre his credit for putting these people over. You got to give Sheamus his credit, because I don't understand how you allow Walter to beat him. It was primed for Sheamus to. I don't understand. Because let's get back to the World Heavyweight Championship. I just named 3. When you see Walter, yeah, I might see World Heavyweight Champion on him, right? Not right now, it's too early. But when you see Sheamus, you see World Heavyweight. You see Bobby, you see World Heavyweight. You see Otis, you see World Heavyweight. You see Bray Wyatt, you see World Heavyweight, excuse me. When you see Randy, just because of the mystique, you see World Heavyweight. Edge, World Heavyweight. When I look at Seth Rollins, I don't see, especially because this is you bringing it back. You raising it back up. You resurrecting the World Heavyweight Championship. Put it on a Brock Lesnar. So by default, oh no, this is out. Because when you search up, who's the World Heavyweight Champion of WWE, and then Seth Rollins pop up. You know, there ain't nothing against Seth Rollins. I fuck with Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? I fuck with the Shield. But Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins literally came out with Becky's clothes on. And that's who you crowned as your World Heavyweight Champion? The man's title, the World Heavyweight title, is a man's title. No offense to the WWE title or whatever the case may be, but the big gold, that's a working man's title. So at the end of the day, I think the decision to put it on Seth was a bad decision. Anybody else anybody else. Why? Because I know y'all might, oh yo, why not him? Because he's the one that should have took the goddamn titles from Roman Reigns. What are we talking about? He should have took the titles from Roman Reigns. He should be the one to dethrone him. Now, the reason why I say he took the coward way out, because you took this instant gratification championship today. Now tomorrow, I don't care about you taking the titles from Roman Reigns. I don't care. That night, something happened, and I told my brother, because I don't rock with the tribal chief Roman Reigns at all. But that night, I believe Seth Rollins had won, and I think at that time I said, you know what? I'm with the tribal chump now. I'm with Roman Reigns now. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, why would you put it on Seth Rollins? And the finish to that match was horrible. We're not even gonna get into that. Like, AJ did his thing, but it was a our world heavyweight champion of WWE. His finisher move is a curb stomp. It's a curb stomp. Don't get me started on Roman with his signature, because a lot of people, that's not his finisher. His signature is the Superman punch. What? To end, you guys, Seth is primed to end Roman's reign. Before we get there, Seth Rollins is being trapped into instant gratification for the sheep of the WWE universe. Like, you're sheep. If you think it's better to put a championship on Seth Rollins now, because we just seen this past Monday what it looks like. Why is our world heavyweight champion in a tag team match with his opponent? Instant gratification. I say he's a coward because maybe Seth wanted that. Maybe Triple H wanted to put it on him, just like back then when he traded on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Yeah, I remember that, and that's another thing. Let me touch upon that before we get into NXT. Y'all forget who Seth Rollins is? Seth Rollins is a snake. He's the son of Chris Jericho. He's a snake. But no, y'all think he's a good guy. I'm gonna give you the prime example. Y'all was rooting for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is part of the Mogul Syndicate. He's DMS. Bobby Lashley's DMS. Carmelo Hayes DMS. Zoe Stark DMS. Queen Zelina DMS. Because she's the queen of the ring. Y'all gotta put some respect on her name, right? Going back to what I said earlier. What I'm telling you guys is that Seth Rollins been a snake. He been a snake. And how easily you guys love Brock Lesnar. Like, yeah, Brock came back, right? Brock is another one. Brock does what he want to do, and that's why I fuck with him. Brock came and fucked up Cody Rhodes. Now y'all don't know what to do. I'm talking to the sheep of the WWE universe. I'm talking to you. Now y'all don't know what to do. Y'all don't know whether to cheer for Brock or cheer for Cody. Y'all don't know what to do because that beast incarnate, he was unpredictable. You really thought he was the good guy, you know, farmer boy Brock. No, Brock is a beast. And beast eat. Y'all thought it was something because Roman beat him. Like, get the fuck out of here. Roman didn't beat him. Like, if Brock didn't want Roman to win, first of all, the match would have never happened. But my point is, everybody was, yeah, Brock Lesnar, yeah, everybody going crazy, yeah. Assuming he's a good guy. Look what he did to Cody Rhodes. And look what he continued to do to Cody Rhodes. My point is, you think Seth Rollins is just like The Miz. Anytime he want, he will slither like a snake. It's just what it is, and I love him for it. You feel me? I fucks with Seth Rollins. Don't ever get that twisted. I'm just saying, let's not go behind instant gratification and winning the World Heavyweight Championship talking about this is a working man's title. Yet you're in a tag team with the guy that you defeated. Against two people that should have been in the tournament and should have won the tournament anyway. In the Finn Balor and the Damian Priest. Now, it's a little too early for Damian Priest to get the championship, but you understand what I'm saying. And they already have a title in Rhea Ripley, right? But understand what I'm saying. Seth Rollins is a snake, and you guys are, like, bro, he stabbed his brother in his back. Like, y'all forget that Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, they was all brothers. They was all, He stabbed Roman in the back, Dean Ambrose in the back for the authority. You understand what I'm saying? So if you trust something like that and you get your hopes up and yay, self and all this, like, bro, realize, real lies. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, Seth, in my opinion, he was primed to end Roman Reigns. No pun intended. You get me? From there, the Cody storyline is right there. Now, since Seth took the coward way out and he has the world heavyweight, I don't want to see him nowhere near Roman. Nowhere near. Now, because I'm going to tell you guys, prediction. Brock Lesnar is going to injure Cody. Cody's going to disappear because he has an injury. He's going to come back, and he's going to come back on SmackDown, and then he's going to dethrone Roman. That's how you have to do it. Because if Cody goes behind Seth Rollins for that World Heavyweight title, he's a coward as well. So you went up against the big dog, because I fuck with the big dog. Tribal Chief, not so much. The big dog, you went up against the big dog, and you lost. So now you go run. And now you got the second prize, the little constellation prize that Seth Rollins has, and now y'all sit here want to bicker and beef over that. You understand what I'm saying? You literally took, listen to me, WWE, you literally took the Grand Championship, the WWE Championship. In my opinion, I know y'all would like to say both of them are equal value. The WWE Championship is the World Heavyweight Championship. That is the Raw Championship. That's the greatest championship. That's the greater championship. The Universe Championship, that's SmackDown. That's the show that came later. It's there, but it's not there. You understand? I seen what you did because you have Roman with the Universe title, and now I'm talking before he won the other one. You have it as if, oh, this means something. Why do you think Roman always lift the blue one? You understand what I'm saying? Because one, it's the brand for SmackDown, but they want to elevate that. But now the way that you handled this World Championship, you mishandled it. You put it on Seth Rollins. There's no storyline attached to it. There's nothing that's going to come about. Now, whatever comes about or what comes from it is not going to make sense. You understand? Who is going to beat Seth Rollins for that championship that we believe other than Finn Balor? That pop ain't the same if Finn Balor beat Edge. Him and Edge just had a tremendous match where he got those 14 staples. How many of the staples it was? You see how it's right there. It's right there, and you don't utilize it. Instead, you put it on Seth Rollins.